Call you that keeping for a gentleman of my birth, that was not from the sawing of an ox. His horses are bred better. But besides, that their fare with the feeding, have taught their menage, and that any rider is dearly hired. I, his brother, gain nothing under him but growth, but which his animals on his dunghills are as bound to him as I. Besides, this nothing that he so plentiful gives me, something that nature gave me, his countenance seems to take from me. He doesn't feed his hinds, bars in the place of a brother, and much as in him lies, minds my gentility with my education. This is an attitude that grieves me, and the spirit of my father, which I think is within me, begins to mutiny against this servitude. I will no longer endure it, and yet I don't know why it's only how to avoid it.
Yonder comes my master, your brother.
So hard, Adam, and I shall fear how to shake me up.
Now, sir, what make you here?
Nothing. I'm not taught to make anything.
What are you then, sir?
Marry, sir, I hope him on that which God made. A poor, unworthy brother of yours, with idleness.
Marry, sir, be better employed than be not a while.
Shall I keep your hogs, need husks with them? What prodigal portion have I spent to come such penury?
Know you where you are, sir?
Oh, sir, very well. In your orchard?
Know you before whom, sir?
Aye. Better than him I am before knows me. I know you are my eldest brother, and in a gentle condition of blood, you should so know me. The courtesy of nation allows you my better, in that you are the firstborn. But the same tradition takes not away my blood. Were there 20 brothers betwixt us, I as much as my father in me as you. Howbeit, I confess your coming before me is near to his reverence.
What boy?
Come, elder brother. You are too young in this!
Lay hands on me!
I am no villain! I am the youngest son of Sir Roland de Bois, and he is thrice a villain, as if such a father begot villains. Wert thou not my brother, I will not take this hand off thy throat, till thou pulled out thy tongue for saying so. What's real with myself?
Sweet master, be patient. Your father's remembrance be in accord.
Let me go, I say!
I will not till I please. You shall hear me. My father charged you in his will to give me a good education. You have trained me like a peasant, obscuring and hiding all gentleman-like qualities. The spirit of my father goes strong in me, and I'll no longer endure it. Therefore, allow me to such exercises as may become my gentleman, or give me the poor lottery my father left me by testament. With that, I'll go by my fortunes.
And what will thou do? Beg when that is spent? Well, sir, get you in. I will no longer be troubled with you. You shall have some part of your will. I pray you, leave me.
I will no longer offend you than becomes me for my good.
Get you with him, you old dog.
He's old dog, my reward. Most trifle us by keeping your service. God be with my old master, who would never have spoken such a word.
Is it even so, begin you to grow upon me? I will physic your rankness, and yet give no pound neither. Allah, Dennis! Wasn't Charles the Duke special here to speak with me?
So please you, he is here at the door and reporting access.
Call him in. 'Twill be a good way, and tomorrow the wrestling is.
Good morrow to your worship.
Good, Monsieur Charles. What is the new news at the new court?
There's no news at the court, sir, but the old news. That is, the old duke has been banished by his younger brother, the new duke, and 3 or 4 loving lords have put themselves in a voluntary exile with him, whose lands and revenues enrich the new duke. Therefore, he gives him good leave to wander.
Can you tell if Rosalind, the Duke's daughter, be banished with her father?
Oh no, for the duke's daughter, her cousin, so loves her, being ever from the cradles bred together, that she would have followed her exile or have died to stay behind her. She is at the court, and no less beloved by her uncle than his own daughter, and never two ladies loved as they do.
Where will the old Duke live?
They say he is already in the forest of Arden, and many merry men with him. And there they live like the old Robin Hood of England. They say many young gentlemen flock to him every day, and there they fleet the time carelessly, as they did in the Golden World.
What? You wrestle tomorrow before the new Duke?
Married do I, sir, and I have come to acquaint you with the matter. I am given, sir, secretly to understand that your younger brother Orlando hath the disposition to come in disguise against me to try fall. Tomorrow, sir, I wrestle for my credit, and he who escapes me without some broken limb shall quit him well. Your brother is but young and tender, and for your love I would be loath to foil him, as I must for mine own honor if he come in. Therefore, out of my love to you, I came hither to acquaint you with all, that either you might stay him from his intendant, or brook such disgrace, well as he shall run into, and that is a thing of his own sort, and altogether against my will.
Charles, I thank thee for thy love to me, which thou shalt find I will most kindly requite. I have myself noticed my brother's purpose herein, and by underhand means labor to dissuade him from it. But he is elude. I'll tell thee, Charles, it is the stubbornest stone of France, full of ambition, a young and envious emulator, against me, his natural brother, a secret and villainous contriver. Therefore, use thy discretion. I had as lief thou didst break his neck as his finger, and thou wilt best look to it. For if thou dost him any slight disgrace, or if he not mightily grace himself, he will practice against thee by poison, entrap thee by some treacherous device, and never leave till he attain thy life by some indirect means or other. For I assure thee, and almost with tears I speak, there's not one so young and so stubborn this day living. I speak for brotherly of him, but should I anonymize him to thee as he is, then I must blush and weep, and thou must look pale and wonder.
I'm heartily glad I came hitherto. If he come tomorrow, I'll give him his payment. If ever he go alone again, I'll never wrestle for a prize more. And so God keep your worship.
Farewell, good Charles. Now I will stir this game, sir. I hope I shall see an end to him, for my soul yet know not why. Hates nothing more than he. Yet he's gentle, never schooled, and yet learned, full of noble device, and of all sorts enchantingly beloved. And indeed, so much in the heart of the world, and especially my own people, who best know him, that I am altogether misprized. But it shall not be so long. This wrestler shall clear all. Nothing remains but that I kindle the boy thither, which now I'll go about.
Dear Celia, I show more mirth than I am mistress of, and would you yet that I were marrier? Unless you could teach me to forget a banished father, you must not learn me any extraordinary pleasures.
Herein I see thou lovest me not to the full ways that I love thee. If my uncle, thy banished father, had banished thy uncle the Duke, my father, so thou wouldst still with me, I could have taught my love to take thy father for mine. So wouldst thou, if the truth of thy love to me were so righteously tempered as mine is to thee.
Well, I will forget the condition of my estate to rejoice in yours.
No, my father hath no child but I, nor none is like to have. And truly when he dies, thou shalt be his heir. What he has taken away from thy father perforce, I will render thee again in affection. On mine honor I will. And when I break that oath, let me turn monster. Therefore, my sweet rose, my dear rose, be merry.
From henceforth I will cuss. And if I sport, let me see. What think you of falling in love?
Marry, I prithee do, to make sport withal. But love no man in good earnest, nor no further in sport neither, than with the safety of a pure blush thou mayst in honor come off again.
What shall be our sport then?
Let us sit and mock the good housewife Fortune from her wheel, that her gifts may henceforth be bestowed equally.
I would we could do so, for her benefits are mightily misplaced, and the bountiful blind woman doth most mistake in her gifts to women.
'Tis true. For though she makes fair, she scarce makes honest, and though she makes honest, she makes very ill-favoredly.
Nay, now thou goest from Fortune's office to Nature's. Fortune reigns in the gifts of the world, not in the lineaments of nature.
No. When nature hath made a fair creature, may she not by fortune fall into the fire? Though nature hath given us wit without fortune, hath not fortune sent in this fool to cut off the argument?
Indeed, there is fortune too hard for nature, when fortune makes nature's natural, the cutter off of nature's wit.
Peradventure, this is not fortune's work neither, but nature's, who perceiveth our natural wits too dull to reason of such goddesses, and hath sent us natural for our whetstone. For always the dullness of the fool is the whetstone of the wits. How now, wit, whither wander you?
Mistress, you must come away to your father.
Were you made the messenger?
No, by mine honor, but I was bid to come for you.
Well, learn you that, oh fool.
A certain knight that swore by his honor they were good pancakes, and swore by his honor the mustard was not. Now, I'll stand to it. The pancakes were not, and the mustard was good, and yet is not the knight forsworn.
How prove you that in the great heap of your knowledge?
I, marry, now unmuzzle your wisdom.
Stand you both forth, stroke your chins, and swear by your beards that I am a knave.
By our beards, if we had them, thou art.
By my knavery, if I had it, then I were. Now, if you swear by that that is not, you are not forsworn. No more was this knight swearing by his honor, for he never had any. Sworn it all away before he ever saw those pancakes or that mustard.
Prithee, who's thou meanest?
One little Frederick your father loves.
My father's love is enough to honor him, enough to speak no more of him. He will be whipped for taxation one of these days.
It is a pity that fools may not speak wisely what wise men do foolishly.
By my troth, thou sayest true. For since the little wit that fools have is silenced, little knavery that wise men makes for a great show. Here comes Monsieur Bell. His mouth full of news, which he will put on us as pigeons see their young.
Then shall we be news crammed?
All the better we shall be the more marketable. Bonjour, Monsieur Bell, what's the news?
Fair princess, you have lost much good sport.
Sport of what color?
Of what color, madam? How shall I answer you?
As wit and fortune's will.
Or as the destinies decrees.
Well said. That was laid on for travel.
Nay, if I keep not my rank.
I'll lose a style smell.
Sir ladies, I would have told you of good wrestling, which you have lost the sight of.
Yet tell us the manner of the wrestling.
I will tell you the beginning, and if it please your ladyships, you may see the end. For the best is yet to be. And here, where we are, they are coming to perform it.
Well, the beginning that is dead and buried.
There comes an old man with his 3 sons.
I can match this beginning with an old tale.
3 proper young men of excellent growth and presence.
With bills on their neck, be it known unto all men by these presents.
The eldest of the 3, he wrestled with Charles, the Duke wrestled with, which Charles, in a moment, threw him and broke 3 of his ribs, that there is little hope of life in him. And so he served the 2nd, and so the 3rd. Yonder they lie, the poor old man their father, making such fitful dole over them, that all of his beholders take his part with weeping.
Alas!
But what is the sport, monsieur, that the ladies have lost?
Why, this is what I speak of.
Thus men may grow wiser every day. This is the first time I heard of breaking of ribs as sport for ladies.
Alright, I promise thee.
But is there any else longs to see this broken music in his sides? Is there yet another dotes upon rib breaking? Shall we see this wrestling cause?
You must, if you stay here, for here is the place appointed for the wrestling, and they are ready to perform it.
Yonder should are coming. Let us now stay and see it.
Come on, since the youth will not be intruded in his own peril and his foolishness.
It's yonder the man. Alas, he is too young, yet he looks successful.
How now, daughter and cousin? Are you quite attended to this wrestling?
I'm at least, so please you to give us leave.
You will take little delight in it. I can tell you, there are such odds in the man. Many of the challengers do. I will try to dissuade him, but he will not be entreated. Speak to him, ladies. See if you can move him.
Come on hither, Monsieur Bell.
Do so. I'll not be by.
Monsieur the Challenger, the princess calls for you.
I attend him with all respect and duty.
Young man, have you challenged Charles the wrestler?
No, my friend. He is a general challenger. I come back as others do. Try within the strength of my youth.
Young gentlemen, your spirits are too bold for your years. If you have seen cruel proof of this man's strength, if you saw yourself with your eyes or knew yourself with your judgment, the fear of your adventure would counsel you to more equal enterprise. We pray you for your own sake to embrace your own safety and give over this attempt.
Do, young sir. Your reputation shall not therefore be misprized. We will make it our suit to do, but the wrestling shall not go forward. I beseech you, punish me not with the hard times wherein I confess you much guilty to deny so fair and excellent ladies anything. But let your fair eyes and your gentle wishes go as with my trial. When if I be foiled, there but one shame that was never gracious. If killed, but one dead that was never willing to be so. I shall my friends no longer, for I have none to lament me. The world no injury, for in it I have nothing. Only in the world I fill up a place which may be better supplied when I have made it empty.
Little strength I have, I would at war with you. In mind, eke out Harris. Very well. Pray heaven I be deceived in you. Your heart's desires be with you.
Come, where is this young gallant that is so desirous to lie with his mother Earth?
Ready, sir, but as we'll have in it more modest for you. You shall try to one fall.
No, I warrant your grace, you shall not entreat him to a second, that have so mightily persuaded him from a first.
You mean to mock me after you should not have mocked me before? But come here.
Now Hercules be thy speed, young man! Ah! What I had a thunderbolt in my eye.
wait, young man. Orlando, my liege, the youngest son of Sir Roland de Boys. I would thou hadst been son to some man else. The world esteemed thy father honorable, yet I do find him still mine enemy. Thou shouldst have pleased me better with this deed, hadst thou descended from another house. But fare thee well. Thou art a gallant youth. I would thou hast told me of another father.
Were I my father, cuz would I do this?
I am more proud to be Sir Roland's son, his youngest son, and would not change it calling to be adopted heir to Frederick.
My father loved Sir Roland as his soul, and all the world was on my father's mind. Had I before known this young man his son, I would have given him tears into entreaties ere he should thus have ventured. Gentle cousin, let us go now and thank him. My father's rough and envious disposition slips me at heart. Sir, you have well deserved. If you do keep your promises in love, but justly, as you've exceeded all promise, your mistress shall be happy. Gentlemen, wear this for me. One out of suit with fortune that could give more, but that her hand lacks means. Shall we go, cuz? Aye. Very well, fair gentlemen.
Cannot say I thank you. My better parts are all thrown down, and the which here stands up is what a quintain. Your lifeless block.
He calls us back. My pride fell with my fortunes. I'll ask him what he will. Did you call, sir? Sir, you have wrestled well and overthrown more than your enemies. Will you go, cuz? How would you? Fare you well.
Passion hangs these weights upon my tongue. I cannot speak for her. Yet she urged conference. Oh, poor Orlando, thou art overthrown. Oh, Charles, or something weaker masters thee.
But sir, I do entreat your counsel you to leave this place, albeit you deserve high commendation, true applause, and love. Yet such is now the Duke's condition, that he misconstrues all that you have done. The Duke is humorous, what he is indeed, more suits you to conceive than I to speak of.
I thank you and pray you. Would you tell me this? Which of the two was daughter of the Duke that here was at the wrestling?
Neither his daughter, if we judge by manners, but yet indeed the taller is his daughter. The other is daughter to the banished Duke, and here detained by her usurping uncle, whose bonds are dearer than the natural bond of sisters. But I can tell you of late, this Duke hath taken displeasure against his gentle niece, grounded upon no other argument, but that people praise her for her virtue, and pity her for her good father's sake. And on my life, his malice against the lady will suddenly break forth. Sir, very well. Hereafter, in a better world than this, shall I desire more love and knowledge of
I
you.
rest much bound into you. Very well. Thus must I, from smoke into the smothered, from tyrant Duke unto tyrant brother. But heavenly, Rosalind!
Have mercy, not a word, not one to throw at the dog. No, thy words are too precious to be cast away upon curs. Throw some at me. Come, lay me with reasons. Then there were two cousins laid up, when the one should be lamed with reasons, and the other mad without any. But is all this for your father? No, some of it is for my child's father. Oh, how full of briars is this working day world! They are but furs, cousin, thrown upon me in holiday foolery. If we walk not in the trodden paths, our very petticoats will catch them. I could shake them from my coat. These birds are in my heart. Hem them away. I would if I could cry hem and have him. Come, come, wrestle with thy affections. Oh, they take the part of a better wrestler than myself. They wish upon you. You will try in time despite your fall. But turn these just out of service. Let us talk in good earnest. Is it possible, on such a sudden, you should have so strong a liking for old Sir Roland's youngest son? The Duke, my father, loved his father dearly. Does it therefore ensue that you should love his son dearly? By this kind of chase I should hate him, for my father hated his father dearly. Yet I hate not Orlando. No, Faith, hate him not, for my sake. Why did I not? Does he not deserve well? Let me love him for that, and do you love him because I do. Here comes the Duke, with his eyes full of anger.
Mistress, is that you perceive this haste fort as 20 miles, thou diest for it.
I do beseech your grace, let me the knowledge of my fault bear with me. If with myself I hold an intelligence or have acquaintance with my own desires, if that I do not dream or be not frantic as I do trust I am not, then, dear uncle, never so much as in a thought unborn did I offend your highness.
Thus do all traitors. If their purgation did consist in words, they are as innocent as grace itself. Let it suffice thee that I trust thee not.
Yet your mistrust cannot make me a traitor. Tell me whereon thy livelihood depends.
Thou art thy father's daughter. There's enough.
So was I when your highness took his dukedom. So was I when your highness banished him. Treason is not inherited, my lord, or if we did derive it from our friends, what's that to me? My father was no traitor. And good my liege, mistake me not so much to think my poverty is treacherous.
Your sovereign, hear me speak.
I, Celia, who stayed here for your sake. Else had she with her father ranged along.
I did not then entreat to have her stay. It was your pleasure and your own remorse. I was too young that time to value her, but now I know her. If she be traitor, why so am I. Still we've slept together, rose an instant, learned, played, ate together. And wheresoe'er we went like Juno's swans, still we were coupled and inseparable.
She is too subtle for thee. And her silence, her smoothness, and her very patience speak for the people, and they pity her. Thou art a fool. She robs thee of thy name, and thou wilt seem more bright and virtuous when she is gone. Then open not thy lips. Firm and irrevocable is my doom, which I cast upon her. She is banished.
Pronounce that sentence then on me, my liege. I cannot live out of her company.
You are a fool. You, mistress, prepare yourself. If you stay the time, upon mine honor, and the greatest of my word, you die.
My poor Rosalind. Whither wilt thou go? Wilt thou change fathers? I will give thee mine. Charge that be not more bruised than I am.
I have more cause.
No, that's not, cousin. Prithee be cheerful. Knowest thou not the Duke hath banished me, his daughter?
That he hath not.
No, hath not. But Rosalind lacks then the love which teacheth thee that thou and I am one. Shall we be sundered? Shall we part, sweet girl? No, let my father seek another heir. Therefore, devise with me how we may fly, whither to go and what to bear with us. And do not seek to take your chains upon you, to bear your griefs yourself and leave me out. For by this heaven, now our sorrows pale, say what thou canst, I'll go along with thee.
Why, whither shall we go?
To seek my uncle in the forest of Arden.
Alas, what danger will it be to us maids as we are to travel forth so far? Beauty provoketh thieves sooner than gold.
I'll put myself in poor and mean attire, and with a kind of umber smirch my face. The like to you. So shall we pass along and never stir assailants.
Were it not better, because that I am more than common tall, that I did suit me all points like a man. A gallant curtle axe upon my thigh, a boar spear in my hand, and in my heart lie there what hidden woman's fears there will. I'll have a swashing and a martial outside, as many mannish cowards do that do outface it with their semblance.
What shall I call thee when thou art a man?
I'll have no worse a name than Job's own page, and therefore, look, you call me Ganymede. But what shall you be called?
Something that hath a reference to my state. No longer Celia, but Aliena.
Cousin, what if we essayed to steal the clownish fool out of your father's court? Would he not be a comfort to our travels?
We will go along over the wide world with thee. Leave me alone to win him. Let's away and get our jewels and wealth together. Devise the fittest time and safest way to hide us from pursuits that were made after my flight. Now go we in content, to liberty and not to banishment.
Now, my comrades and furthest exile, hath not old custom made his life more sweet, not of plated pomp? Are not these woods more free from peril than the envious court? Here feel we not the penalty of battle, the season's difference as the icy fang, and the churlish chiding of the winter's wind, which, when it blights and blows upon my body, even till I shrink with cold, I smile and say, there is no flattery. These are counselors that feelingly persuade me what I am. Sweet are these
Yet it irks me. The poor dappled fools, being native burghers of this desert city, should in their own confines its forked heads have their round haunches gored.
Indeed, my lord, the melancholy Jake pays grieveth, and in that kind, swears to do more usurping Dr. Brother had banished you. Today, my lord, Ahmed and myself stood still behind you, as he lay aloft under an oak whose antique roots we held, upon the brook that brought along this wood, to which place a poor sequestered stag, from which the hunter aim, had seen or heard. This comes language, and indeed, my lord, the wretched animal heaved forth such groans, that their discharge sent the leathern coat, almost to bursting, and the big round tears coursed one another down his innocent nose, in piteous chase, and thus the hairy fool, much marked the melancholy Jakes, stood on the extremest bird of the swift brook, augmenting it with tears.
But what said James? Did he not moralize the spectacle?
Oh, yes, and to the Italian similes. First for leaping into the English stream. Poor dear, quoth he, thou makest testament I worldling do, giving thy son a more. So that which had too much, you bending there alone, left and abandoned I was velvet friend. 'Tis right, quoth Jakes. Thus misery doth part the fuck of company. Anon the careless herd, full of pasture, jumps along by him, and never stays to greet him. Aye, quoth Jakes. Sweep on, you fat and greasy citizens. 'Tis just the fashion. Wherefore do you look upon that poor and broken bankrupt there? Thus most invectively he peers through the body of country, city, court, and yea, of this our life, swearing that we are mere usurpers, tyrants, and what's worse, to fight the animal and to kill them up in their assigned and native dwelling place.
And did you leave him in this contemplation?
Oh, we did, my lord, weeping and commenting upon the sobbing deer.
Show me the place. I love to coat in these soul bits. Relady's full of matter.
I'll bring you to him straight.
Can it be possible that no man saw them? It cannot be. There are some villains of my court that are of consent and sufferance in this.
I cannot hear of any that did see her. Her attendants, the ladies of her chamber, saw her abed, and in the morning early found the bed untreasured of their mistress.
My lord, the warrior's clown, at whom so oft was wont to laugh, is also missing. Asperia, the princess's gentlewoman, confesses that she secretly overheard your daughter and her cousin much commend the parts and graces of the wrestler. He did but lately foil the singing Charles, and she believes wherever they are bound, that youth is surely in their company.
Send to his brother. Fetch that gallant hither. If he be absent, bring his brother to me. I'll make him find him. Do this suddenly, and let not search and inquisition quail to bring again these foolish runaways.
Oh, my gentle master. Oh, my sweet master. Oh, you faithful Sir Roland. Why, what make you here? Why are you virtuous? Why do you love you? And wherefore are you gentle, strong, valiant? Or did you be so fond as to overcome the bonny prizes the humorous do? Know you not, master, some kind of men, your graces serve the but as enemies? And what yours, your virtues, gentle master, are sanctified and holy traitors to you? Oh, what a world is this? And what is common and better seen that bears it?
Why, what's the matter?
Happy youth, come not within these doors, within this roof, the enemy of all your graces lives. Your brother, you will not convert yet. The son, not the son, we'll not call him son, him I was about to call his father. I've heard your praises. That this night he means to burn the lodging where you used to lie, and you within it. Failing that, whoever agrees to cut you off, this is no place. This house is but a butchery. Abhor it, fear it, do not enter it.
Why, would Adam, what's thou having me go?
No matter whither you come not here.
Why, what's thou having me go beg my food, or the base and bourgeois sword, and force a thievish living on the common road? This I must do. Or no, what to do? If this I must not do how I can. I'd rather subject him to mouths of diverted blood and bloody brother.
But do not so. I have 500 crowns, the 50 which I saved of your fosters, be my when service should my old limbs lie lame and underguarded age and cornerstone. Take that, and he that doth the raven's breed, yea, providently caters to the sparrow and comfort to my age. Here is the goal. All this I give you. Let me be your servant, though I look old, yet I'm strong, lusty, for in my youth never did I apply hot and rebellious liquors to my blood, noted not with unbashful forehead rude means of weakness and debility. Therefore my age is a lusty winter, frosty but kindly. Let me go with you. I'll deal with the service of a younger man, only business and necessities.
Oh, poor old man. How well in thee appears the constant service of the antique world, where servants sweat for duty, not for me. Thou art not the fashion of these times, when I will but sweat for promotion. And having that do choke their service up, even with the having, it is not so with thee. Poor old man, thou prince of rotten tree, that cannot so much as a blossom yield in lieu of all thy pains and husbandry. But come thy ways, we'll go along together, and ere we'll have thy youthful wages spent, we'll light upon some low content.
Master, go on, I will follow thee. The last gasp of hope and loyalty. From 17 years till now, almost fourscore, he have died, now live here no more. At 17, many the fortune seek, but at fourscore, it is too late to weep. Yet, if fortune cannot recognize better than to die well, not my master's debtor.
Oh, Jupiter, how merry are my spirits!
I care not for my spirits if my legs were not weary.
I could find it in my heart to disgrace my man's apparel and to cry like a woman. But I must comfort the weaker vessel, as doublet and hose ought to show itself courageous to petticoat. Courage, good Aliena.
Pray you bear with me. I can go no further.
My part, I'd rather bear with you than bear you. For I cannot bear you, for I should bear no cross, for I think you have no money in your purse.
Well, this is the forest of Arden.
Aye, now am I in Arden, the more fool I. When I was at home, I was in a better place, but travelers must be content.
I be so good touchstone. Look you, who comes here? A young man in an
That's the way papers for still.
Oh, Corinth, that's the newest summer. You love her.
I partly guess, for I have loved her now.
No, Corinth, being old, thou canst not guess. In thy youth thou wast a true lover, as ever sighed upon a midnight pillow. But if thy love were like to mine, as I think did never man love so, how many actions most ridiculous hast thou been drawn to by thy fantasy?
Into 1,000 that I have forgotten.
Then thou dost near love so heartily. If thou rememberest not the slightest folly that love did ever make thee run into, thou hast not loved. Or if thou hast not sat as I do now, wearing thy hair in thy mistress's praise, thou hast not loved. Or if thou hast not broke from company, abruptly as my passion now makes me, thou hast not loved. Oh, Phoebe, Phoebe, Phoebe!
Alas, poor shepherd, searching of thy wound, I have by hard adventure found mine own.
And I mine. I remember when I was in love, I broke my sword upon a stone and bid him take that forth a coming night, Jane's smile. And I remember the kissing of her batlet and the cow dugs that her pretty chopped hands had milked. And I remember the wooing of a peas cod instead of her, from whom I took 2 cods and said with weeping tears, wear these for my sake. We that are true lovers run into strange capers, but as all is mortal in nature, so is all nature in love mortal in folly.
Thou speakest wiser than thou art ware
I shall ne'er beware of mine own wit till I break my shins against it.
of. Jove, Jove, this shepherd's passion is much upon thy faction.
And mine, but it grows something stale with me.
I pray you, why don't you question young man, if you have for gold, give us food. I faint all to death.
Holla, you clown!
Peace, fool! Not thy kinsman, who called.
Your betters, sir!
Else they are very wretched.
East, I say. Good even to you, friend.
To you, gentle sir. To you all.
I pray thee, if the love or gold can in this desert place buy entertainment, bring us where we may rest ourselves and feed. Here's a young maid with travel much oppressed and faints for succor.
Fair sir, I pity her, and wish for her sake more than for mine own. My fortunes were more able to relieve her. But I am shepherd to another man, and do not shear the fleeces that I do graze. My master is of churlish disposition, and little wrecks do find their way to heaven by doing deeds of hospitality. Besides, his flock, his coat, and his bountiful feed are now on sale at a cheap coat now.
is he that shall buy his flock and pasture?
That young swain that you saw here but ere while, that little carriage for buying it.
I prithee, if it stand with honesty, buy thou the pasture, cottage, and the flock, and thou shalt have to pay a bit for us, and we will mend thy wages. I like this place, and willingly could waste my time in it.
Surely the thing is to be sold. If you like the plot report, the soil the profit in this kind of life, I will, your very faithful feeder be, and buy it with your gold right suddenly.
What is that, Jame?
'Tis a Greek invocation to call fools into a circle. I'll go to sleep if I can. If I cannot, I'll rail against all the first word of it.
And I'll go seek the Duke. His banquet is prepared.
Oh, I died for food. Here, lay down and miss out my bread. Farewell, kind master.
Hi, Adam. You're weird at heart indeed. Live a little, comfort a little, cheer thyself a little. If this uncouth forest with anything savage, I will either be food for it or bring it food for thee. Thy conceit is near death in thy powers. For my sake, be comfortable. Hold fast the wall with the arms in. I will here be with thee presently. And if I give thee not something weak, I will give thee leave to die. But if thou diest before I come, thou art a mocker of my labor.
Well
well said. That was surely. I will be with you quickly. Yet, why I from bleak air? Come, I will bear thee to some shelter, and thou shalt not die for lack of dinner. If this desert feels anything savage, surely get out. Cheer.
My lord, he is even out of my hands. Here was he married, hearing of a song.
If he could crack with jars, grow musical, we shall have shortly discord of the spheres. Go seek him. Tell him I would speak with him.
Consider my neighbor by his own approach.
Why, how not much yet? What life is this, that your poor friends must woo your company? What? You look merrily.
A fool. A fool. I met a fool at the forest. A motley fool. A miserable world. As I do live by food, I met a fool who laid him down and basked in the sun and railed on Lady Fortune in good terms, in good set terms. And yet a motley fool. Good morrow, fool, quoth I. No, sir, quoth he. Call me not fool till ever hath said me fortune. And then he drew a dial from his poke, and looking on it with lackluster eyes, says very wisely, "It is 10 o'clock. Thus we might see," quoth he, "how the world wags.
Oh.
'Tis but an hour ago since it was 9, and after 1 hour more 'twill be 11, and so from hour to hour we ripen, then from hour to hour we rot, and thereby hangs the tale." When I did hear the motley fool thus moral on the time, my lungs began to crow like Chanticleer, that fools should be so deep contemplative, and I did laugh, sans intermission, and or by his side. Oh, noble fool, a worthy fool, motley's the only wear.
What fool is this?
Oh, worthy fool, one that hath been a courtier, and says that if ladies be but young and fair, they have the gift to know it. Aye. And in his brain, which is as dry as the remainder of biscuit after voyage, he hath strange places crammed with observation, to which he vents in mangled forms. Oh, that I were a fool. I am ambitious for a motley coat.
Thou shalt have one.
It is my only suit, provided that you weed your better judgments of all opinion that grows rank, and then that I am wise. I must have liberty withal, as large a charter as the wind to blow on whom I please, for so fools have. And they that are most galled by my folly, they most must laugh. And wiser must they so. The wise plain as way to parish church. He that a fool doth very wisely hit, doth very foolishly, although he smart, not to seem senseless of the bob. If not, the wise man's folly is anatomized, even in the squandering glances of the fool. Invest me in my motley, give me leave to speak my mind, and I will through and through cleanse the foul body of the infected world, if they will patiently receive my medicine.
I on thee. I can tell what thou wouldst do.
What for a counter would I do but good?
Most mischievous foul sin, inciting sin, for thou thyself hast been a libertine, as sensual as the brutish thing itself, and all the embossed sores and hidden evils that Thou with license of free foot hast caught, wouldst thou disgorge into the general world?
Why, who cries out on pride that can therein tax any private party? Doth it not flow as hugely as the sea, till that the weary very means do ebb? What woman in the city do I name, when I say the city woman bears the cost of princes on unworthy shoulders? Who can come in and say that I mean her, when such a one as she, such as her neighbor? Or what is he of basest function, that says his bravery is not on my cost, thinking I mean him, but bearing suits his folly to the metal of my speech? There then. How then? What then? Let me see wherein my tongue hath wronged him. If it do him right, then he hath wronged himself. If he be free, why then my taxing, like a wild goose flies, unclaimed of any man.
Forbear, eat no more,
Why, I have ate none yet.
nor shall not the necessity be served.
Oh, what kind should this cock come of?
Art thou thus boldened, man, by distress, or else a rude despiser of good manners? This belly thou seemst, so empty? You touch my vein at first. The thorny point of bare distress hath taken from the show of responsibility. Yet am I in none very no signature. But forbear, I say, he dies if any of this food till I and my affairs are answered.
And you will not be answered with reason. I must die.
What would you have? Your gentleness shall force. More than your force moveth to gentleness. I almost die for food and let me have it. Sit down and feed and welcome to our table. Speak to you so gently. Pardon me, I thought all things had been savage here, and therefore put on the countenance of stern commandment. But whatever you are, but inaccessible, under the shade of melancholy boughs, loose and neglect the creeping hours of time, never looked on to better days, never been rebels and bells of church, never said at any good man's feast, never from my eyelids have wiped a tear, and know what tis to pity and to be pitied. Let gentleness find strong force in me, and with hope I blush and hide my sword. We have all seen better days, and have with holy bell annulled the church, and sat at good men's feasts and wiped our eyes, of drops of sacred pity hath engendered. And therefore sit you down in gentleness, and take upon command what help we have, that to your wanting have been ministered. Then but forbear for a little while I and Joe go find my fawn and go to church. There's a poor old man who asks me many a weary step, length and pure love. Will be first suffice, oppressed with 2 weak evils, age and hunger. How much to bid? We will seek him out, and we will nothing waste till he returns. I thank thee and bless for your comfort. Thou seest, we are not all alone and happy. This wide universal theater presents more woeful patches. We're at the scene we planned.
All the world's a stage, and all the men and women merely players. They have their exits and their entrances, and one man in his time plays many parts, his acts being 7 ages. At first, the infant, mewling and puking in the nurse's arms, and then the whining schoolboy, with satchel and shining morning face, creeping like snail unwillingly to school, and then a lover, sighing like furnace, with a woeful ballad maid to his mistress' eyebrow. And then a soldier, full of strange oaths and bearded like the pard, jealous in honor, sudden and quick in quarrel, seeking the bubble reputation, even in the cannon's mouth. And then a justice, in fair round belly with good cape on line, with eyes severe and beard of formal cut, full of wise saws and modern instances, and so he plays his part. The 6th age shifts into the lean and slippered pantaloon, spectacles on nose and pouch on side, his youthful hose well saved, a world too wide for his shrunk shank, and his big manly voice turning once again towards childish trouble.
pipes and whistles in the sound. Last scene of all, that ends this strange eventful history, the second childishness and mere oblivion. Sans teeth, sans eyes, sans taste, sans everything.
Welcome. Set down your venerable birth and let her feed. Thank you, most friend.
Sarge, you need I scarcely speak to thank you for myself.
Welcome, fall too. I will not trouble you. As yet to question about your fortunes, give us some music and good cousin sing.
Oh, that your highness, I knew my heart in this. I never loved my brother in my life.
Warm villain, thou. Well, push him out of doors, and let my officers of such a nature make an extent upon his house and lands. Do this expediently and turn him going. Hang there, my verse, the witness of my love. And thou, thrice-crowned queen of night, survey with thy chaste eye from the pillar above. Thy huntress name, my full life doth sway. Oh, Rosalind, these trees shall be my books, and in their thoughts my thoughts I'll characterize, which every eye which in this forest looks shall see thy virtue witnessed everywhere. Run, run, Orlando, carve on every tree, fair the trace, the unexpressive she. Not like you, the shepherd's life, Master Touchstone.
Truly, shepherd, in respect of itself, it is a good life, but in respect that it is a shepherd's life, It is not. In respect, it is solitary. I like it very well. But in respect, it is private. It's a very vile life. Now, in respect, it is in the fields. I like it very well. But in respect, it is not in the court. It is tedious. Now, as it is a spare life, look you, it fits my humor well. But as there is no more plenty in it, it goes much against my stomach. Hast any philosophy in thee, shepherd?
No more, but that I know. The more one sickens, the worse at ease he is. And that he that wants money means and content is without 3 good friends. That their property of rain too wet for fire to burn. And great cause of the night, lack of the sun. And that he that hath learned no wit by nature nor art may complain of good breeding, or comes of very dull condition.
Such one is a natural philosopher. Wast ever in court, shepherd?
No, truly.
And thou art damned.
Nay, I hope.
Truly, thou art damned like an ill-roasted egg. All on one side.
For not being in court, your reason.
Well, if thou never wast at court, then thou never sawest good manners. If thou never sawest good manners, then thy manners must be wicked. And wickedness is a sin. And sin is damnation. Thou art in a parlous state, shepherd.
Better with touchstone. Those that are good manners of the court are ridiculous in the country, as the behavior of the country is most mockable at the court. You told me you sue not at the court, but you kiss your hands. That courtesy would be uncleanly of courtiers and shepherds.
Instance, briefly, come instance.
Why, we are still handling our ewes, and their bells, are greasy.
Why do not your courtiers' hands sweat? Is not the grease of a mutton as wholesome as the sweat of a man? Shallow, shallow again. A better instance, I say, come.
Besides, our hands are hard.
Your lips will feel them sooner. A more sounder instance, I say, come.
And they are often
Okay, and they are often tarred over with the surgery of our sheep. Would you have us kiss tar? The courtier's hands are perfumed with civet.
Most shallow man, thou worm's meat, respect of a good piece of flesh indeed. Learn of the wise, and perpend. Civet is of a baser birth than tar the very uncleanly flux of a cat. Mend the instance, shepherd.
You have too courtly a wit for me. I'll rest.
Wilt thou rest damned? God help thee, shallow man. Make incision in me. Thou art raw.
Sir, I am a true laborer. I earn that I eat, I get that I wear. I owe no man hate, envy no man's happiness, glad of other men's good. The greatest of my pride is to see my ewes graze and my lambs suck.
That is another simple sin in you. Bring the ewes and the rams together. To offer to get your living by the copulation of cattle. To be bawd to a bellwether. To betray the she-lamb of a 12-month to a crooked-pated old cuckoldy ram of all reasonable match. If thou beest not damned for this, the devil himself will have no shepherds. I cannot see how else thou should escape.
Here comes young Master Ganymede, my new mistress's brother.
From the east to western end, no jewel is like Rosalind. Her work, being mounted on the wind, through all the world bears Rosalind. All the pictures fairest lined are but black to Rosaline. Let no face be kept in mind but the face of Rosaline.
I'll rhyme you so 8 years together, dinners and sleeping hours accepted. It's the right butter woman's rank to market.
Out, fool.
For a taste, if a heart do lack a hind, let him seek out Rosaline. Laughter kind, so be sure, will Rosaline. Winter garments must be lined, so must slender Rosaline. They that read must sheaf and bind, and then cart with Rosaline. Sweetest nut hath sourest rind. Such a nut is Rosaline. He that sweetest rose will find must find love's prick. And Rosaline. It's the very false gallop of verses. Why do you infect yourself with that?
Peace, you dull fool. I found them on a tree.
Truly, the tree yields bad fruit.
I'll grab it with you. Then I will grab it with the meddler. Then 'twill be the earliest fruit of the country, for you'll be rotten ere you be half ripe, and that's the right virtue of the meddler.
You have said whether, wisely or no, as the forest judge.
Peace. Here comes my sister reading. Stand aside.
Why
should this a desert be? For it is unpeopled? No. Tongues all hang on every tree that shall civil saying show. Some, how brief the life of man, runs his erring pilgrimage, but the stretching of a span buckles in his sum of age. Some have violated vows, fix the souls of friend and friend, but upon the fairest vows, or at every sentence end, will I Rosalinda write, teaching all that read to know, the quintessence of every sprite, heaven would in little show. Therefore, heaven nature charged, that one body should be filled with all graces wide and large, nature presently distilled, Helen's cheek, but not her heart, Cleopatra's majesty, Atalanta's better part, sad Lucretia's modesty. Thus, Rosalind of many parts, thy heavenly synod was devised, of many faces, eyes, and hearts, to have the touches dearest prized. Heaven would that she these gifts should have, and I to live and die her slave.
Oh, gentle comforter! What tedious homily of love you vary your parishioners ago. I never cry, have patience for people.
How now? Back, friends. Shepherd, go off, though. Go with him, sir.
Shepherd, let us make an honorable retreat. Not with bag and baggage, yet with scrip and scrippage.
Didst thou hear these verses?
Oh yes, I heard them all. And more too. For some of them had in them more feet than the verses would bear.
That's no matter. The feet might bear the verses.
Aye, but the feet were lame, and could not bear themselves without the verses, and therefore stood very lamely in the verse.
But didst thou hear this poetry without wondering how thy name should be hanged and carved upon these trees?
I was 7 of the 9 days out of the wonder before you came. For what I found on a pond, I was never so blind since Pythagoras' time that I was an Irish rat, which I can hardly remember.
Troy, you have done this?
Is it a man?
And the chain that you once wore about his neck? Change your color?
I prithee who?
Oh, Lord, Lord. It is a hard matter for friends to meet. Yet mountains may be removed, earthquakes so encounter.
Nay, but who is it?
Is it possible?
Nay, with most petitionary vehemence, tell me who it is.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. And most wonderful, wonderful. And yet again wonderful, and after that, out of all things.
Good my complexion. Dost thou think, though I have caparisoned like a man, I have doublet and host in my disposition, one Egypt to lay horse a south sea of discovery? I prithee, tell me who it is quickly. Speak apace. And without the standards of the lights, pour this concealed man out of thy mouth as drink comes out of a narrow mouth bottle, either too much at once or none at all. I prithee, take the cork out of my mouth that I may drink thy tidings.
So you may put a man in your belly.
Is he of God's making? What manner of man? Is his head worth a hat, and his chin worth a beard?
Nay, he hath but a little bit.
Oh, God will send more if the man will be thankful. But let me stay the growth of his beard, and found the lasting not the knowledge of his chin.
It is young Orlando that tripped up the restless heels in your heart both in an instant.
Nay, but the devil take mocking. Speak, sad brow and true make.
Faith, because 'tis he.
Orlando,
Orlando.
alas the day. What shall I do with my doublet and hose? What did he pronounce, Austin? What said he? How looked he? Where went he? Did he ask for me? Where remains he? How parted he with the end? When shalt thou see him again? They answer me in one word.
You must borrow me Gargantua's mouth first. It's a word too big for any mouth of his age and size. To say I didn't know to these particulars is more than to answer in a catechism.
But doth he know that I am in this forest and in man's apparel? For see as freshly as the day he wrestled.
It is as easy to count atomies as to account the propositions of a lover. But take a taste of my finding him and relish it with good observance. I found him under a tree, like a dropped acorn.
It may well be called Job's tree when it drops forth such fruit.
Give me audience, good madam.
Proceed.
There lay he, stretched along, like a wounded knight.
It would be pity to see such a sight. It well becomes the ground.
My hollow to thy tongue, I prithee it curves unseasonably. He was furnished like a hunter.
Oh, ominous. He comes to kill my heart.
I would sing my song without a burden. But reduce me out of tune.
Do you not know I am a woman? When I think I must speak. Sweet, sing on.
You put me out. Soft not here.
To see.
myself alone.
And so would I, but yet for fashion's sake, I thank you too for your society.
God be with you. Let's meet as little as we can.
I do desire we may be better strangers.
I pray you, not no more trees with writing love songs in their barks.
I pray you mar no more of my verses, repeating them ill-favoredly.
Rosalind is your love's name?
Yes, just.
I do not like her name.
There was no thought of pleasing her when she was christened.
What stature is she of?
Just as high as my heart.
You are full of pretty answers. Have you not been acquainted with goldsmiths' wives and consummate rings?
Not so. I answer you right painted cloth. For once you have studied your questions.
You have a nimble wit. I think it was made of Atalanta's heels. Please sit down to meet, and we two will rail against our mistress, the world, and all our misery.
I will chide no breather in the world but myself, against whom I know most false.
The worst fault you have is to be in love.
'Tis a fault I will not change for your best virtue. I wearied by my throat.
I was seeking for a fool when I found you.
He is drowned in the brook. Look but in, and you should see him.
I shall see mine own figure.
I take you either a fool or a cipher.
Tarry no longer with you. Farewell, good Signor Love.
I'm glad of your departure. Adieu, good Monsieur Melancholy.
I will speak to him like a saucy lackey, and under that habit live the neighbor.
You here for, sir? Very well. What would you?
I pray you, what is the clock?
You should ask me what time of day. There is no clock in the forest.
Then there is no true lover in the forest, else sighing every minute and groaning every hour would detect the lazy foot of time as well as the clock.
And why not the swift foot of time? Had not that been as proper?
By no means, sir. Time travels in diverse paces with diverse persons. I'll tell you who time ambles withal, who time trots withal, who time gallops withal, and who time stands still withal.
Really? Who doth the gallop?
Married, he trots hard with a young maid between the contract of her marriage and the day of his solemnize. If the interim be but a sennight, time's pace is so hard it seems the length of 7 years.
Who ambles time withal?
With a priest that lacks Latin, and a rich man that hath not the gout. For the one sleeps easily because he cannot study, and the other lives merrily because he feels no pain. The one lacking the burden of mean and wasteful learning, the other knowing no burden of heavy tedious penury, these time ambles withal.
Who doth the trot withal?
Married, gallops with the thief to the gallows. For though he go as softly as foot can fall, he thinks himself too soon learned.
Who stays it still withal?
With lawyers in the vacation. For they sleep between term and term, and proceed not how time moves.
Where dwell you, pretty youth?
With the shepherdess, my sister, here in the skirts of the forest, like fringe upon a petticoat.
Are you native of this place?
As the coney that you see dwell where she is kindled.
Your accent is something finer than you can purchase in so removed a dwelling.
I have been told so of many. But indeed, an old religious uncle of mine taught me to speak, who was in his youth an inline man, one that knew court too well. For there he fell in love. I have heard him read many lectures against it, and I thank God I am not a woman to be touched with so many giddy offences, as he hath generally taxed their whole sex with.
Can you remember any of the principal evils that he laid to the charge of women?
None principal. They were all like one another, as halfpence are, every one fault seeming monstrous, till his fellow fault came to match it.
Prithee, we counsel them.
No, I will not cast away my physic, but on those that are sick. There is a man, haunts the forest, abuses our young plants with carving Rosalind on their barks, hangs odes upon hawthorns, elegies upon brambles, all forsooth deifying the name of Rosalind. If I could meet that fancy monger, I would give him some good counsel, for he seems to have the quotidian of love upon him.
I am he that is so love-sick. I pray you tell me a remedy.
There are none of my uncle's marks upon you. He taught me to know a man in love, in which cage of rushes I'm sure you are not prisoner.
What were his marks?
A lean cheek, which you have not. A blue eye sunken, which you have not. An unquestionable spirit, which you have not. A beard neglected, which you have not. But yet I pardon you for that, for having simply in beard is a younger brother's revenge. Then, your hose should be ungartered, your bonnet unbandaged, your sleeve unbuttoned, your shoe untied, and everything about you demonstrating a careless desolation. But you are no such man. You are rather point devising your accoutrements, as loving yourself and seeming a lover of any other.
I swear to you, I am that he, that unfortunate he.
But are you so much in love as your rhymes speak?
Neither rhyme nor reason can express how much.
Love is merely a madness, and I tell you, deserves as much a dark house and wit as madmen do. The reason why they are not thus punished and cured is that the lunacy is so ordinary that the whippers are in love too. Yet, I confess curing it by counsel.
Did you ever cure any self?
Yes, one. And in this manner, he was to imagine me, his love, his mistress, and I set him every day to woo me. At which time would I, being but a moonish youth, breathe, be effeminate, changeable, longing and liking, proud, fantastical, impish, shallow, inconstant, full of tears, full of smiles. For every passion something, and for no passion truly everything. As boys and women, for the most part capital of this color, would then like him, then loathe him, then entertain him, then forswear him, then weep for him, then spit at him, that I drain my suit from his mad humor of love to a living humor of madness, which was to forswear from the full stream of the world and to live in a nook merely monastic, and thus I cured him. In this way will I take upon me to wash your livers clean as a sound sheep's heart, that there shall not be one spot of love in it.
I would not be cured, you.
I would cure you, if you would call me Rosalind, and come each day to my coat and woo me.
Now, with the faith in my love, I will. Tell me where it is.
Go with me to it, and I'll show it you. And on the way you should tell me where in this forest you live. Will you go?
Follow my heart, do you?
Nay, you must call me Rosalind. Trust me, will you go?
Haste, good Audrey, I will fetch up your goats, Audrey. How, Audrey, am I the man yet? Doth my simple feature content you?
Your features, Lord Warrencuffs? What features?
Here with thee and thy goats, as the most capricious poet, honest Albert is among the gods.
Oh, knowledge uninhabited. Worse than Job in a thatched house.
When a man's verses cannot be understood, or a man's wit seconded, forward child understanding strikes a man more dead than a great reckoning in a little room. Who would the gods have made thee poetical?
Do you know what poetical is? Is it honest and few words? Is that a true thing?
No, truly, for the truest poetry is the most feigning. Lovers are given to poetry, and what they swear in poetry may be said as lovers, that they do feign.
Would you not have me honest?
No, truly, unless thou wert hard favored, for to have honesty coupled to beauty is to have honey, sauce to sugar.
Ah, material fool.
Well, I'm not fair. Therefore, I praise God to make me honest.
And to cast away honesty upon a foul slut, or to put good meat to an unclean dish.
I am not a slut! No, I thank the gods. I am foul.
Praise be the gods for thy foulness. Sluttishness may come hereafter. But, be as it may be, I will marry thee. And to that end, I've been with Sir Oliver Martext, the vicar of the next village, who has promised to meet me in this place and to couple us.
I would fain see this meeting.
Well, the gods give us joy!
Amen. A man may, if he were of a fearful heart, stagger in this attempt. For we have no assembly, the woods, no assembly but horn beasts. But what though? Courage, as horns are odious. They are necessary. They said many a man knows no end of his goods, right? Many a man has good horns and knows no end of them. That is the dowry of his wife, 'tis none of his own getting. Horns, even so poor men alone know the noblest deer hath them as huge as the rascal. Is the single man therefore blessed? No, as a walled town is more worthier than a village. The forehead of a married man is more honorable than the bare brow of a bachelor. And thought, how much defense is better than no skill? By so much that a horn is more precious than to one. Here comes Sir Oliver Martex. Sir Oliver Martex, you are well met. Will you dispatch us here under this tree, or will we go with you to your chapel?
Is there none here to give the woman?
I'll not take her on gift of any man.
Truly she must be given, or the marriage is not lawful.
Proceed. I'll give her.
Good even, good master. What do you call it? How do you do, sir? You are well met. I'm very glad to see you. Even a toy in hand here, sir. Cover.
Will you be married, Motley?
As the ox hath his bow, the horse his curve, and the falcon her bill, so does man have his desires. His pigeon's bills, wedlock would be nibbling.
Will you, being a man of your breeding, be married under a bush like a beggar? Get you to church, and have a good priest that can tell you what marriage is. This fellow will but join you together as they join wainscot. Then one of you will prove a shrunk panel, and like green timber, or bark.
I am not in the mind, for if I were better married of him of another, for he is not to marry me well, and not being well married would be a good excuse for me hereafter to leave my wife.
Go thou with me, and let me counsel thee.
Come, Audrey, we must be married, or we will live in Audrey. Farewell, good master Oliver. Not. Oh, sweet Oliver, oh, brave Oliver, leave me not behind thee. Wind away. Be gone, I say. I will not toy with it.
'Tis no matter. Near fantastical maiden and all shall float me out of my calling.
Never talk to me, I'll weep. Do, I prithee, but yet have the grace to consider that tears do not become a man.
Yet have I not cause to weep.
As good a cause of my own desire, therefore weep.
His very hair is of a dissembling color.
Something browner than Judas's. Mary, his kisses are Judas's own children.
In faith, his hair is of a good color.
An excellent color. Your chestnut was ever the only color.
And his kissing is as full of sanctity as a touch of holy bread.
He hath bought a pair of caskets to Diana, a nun of which your sisterhood kisses not more religiously, the very ice of chastity is in them.
And why did he swear he would come this morning and comes not?
Mary, I tell you, there's no truth in him.
You think so?
Yes. I think he is not a pig purse nor a horse stealer. But for his verity and love, I do think him as tongue-hated as a covered goblet, or a working nut.
Not true in love.
Yes, when he is in. But I think he is not in.
You have heard him swear downright he was.
Was is not is. Besides, the oath of a lover is no stronger than the word of a tapster. They are both a confirmer of false reckonings. He attends here in the forest on the Duke your father.
I met the Duke yesterday and had much talk with him. He asked me of what parentage I was. I said as good as he. So he laughed and let me go. But what talk we of fathers when there's such a man as Orlando?
Oh, that's a brave man. He writes brave verses, speaks brave words, swears brave oaths, and breaks them bravely. Quite traverse athwart the heart of his lover, as a puny tilted that spurs his horse on one side, breaks his staff like a noble goose. But all is brave that youth mounts and folly guides. Look who comes here.
Mistress and master, Duke oft inquires after the shepherd that complained of love, whom you saw sitting by me on the turf, praising that proud, disdainful shepherdess that was you.
Well, and what of him?
If you will see a pageant truly played, between the pale complexion of true love, the red rose scorn, and proud disdain, go hence a little, and I shall conduct you, if you will mark it.
Oh, come, let's remove the sight of lovers feedeth those in love.
Bring us to sight, and you shall say, I'll prove a busy actor in their play.
upon the humble deck, but first begs pardon. Will you stir to be than he who dies and lives by bloody drops?
I would not be thy executioner. I fly thee, for I would not injure me. Thou sayest, I have murder in mine eye. 'Tis pretty sure and very probable that eyes are the frailest and softest things, who shut their coward gape of atoms. Be called tyrants, butchers, murderers. Now I do frown on thee with all my heart, and if mine eyes can wound, now let them kill thee. Now counterfeit a swoon, why now fall down, or if thou canst not. Oh, for shame, for shame. Lie not, say mine eyes are mortars. Now show the wound mine eye hath made in thee. Scratch thee, but with a pin, and there remains some scar of it. Lean but upon a rush, the cicatrice, some capable in pressure, thy palms a moment keeps. But mine eyes which I darted thee heard thee not, nor I am sure there is no force in eyes which can do hurt.
O dear Phoebe, if ever, as I ever may be near, you meet in some fresh cheek the power of fancy, then will you know the wounds invisible that love's keen arrows make.
Until that time, come not thou near me. And when that time come, afflict me with thy loss. Pity me not, as till that time I shall not pity thee.
And why, I pray you, who might be your mother that you insult, exalt all at once over the wretched? What, can you have no beauteous? By my faith, I see no more in you than without candles make of dark to bed. Must you be therefore proud and pitiless? Why? What means this? Why do you look on me? I see no more in you than in the ordinary nature's sails work. Oh, it's my little life. I think she means to tangle my eyes too. No faith, proud mistress, hope not after it. 'Tis not your inky brows, your black silk hair, your bugle eyeballs, or your cheek of green that can enchain my spirits to your worship. You foolish shepherd, wherefore do you follow her, like foggy south, puffing with wind and rain? You are 1,000 times a properer man than she, a woman. 'Tis such fools as you that make the world full of ill-favored children. 'Tis not her glass, but you that flatters her, and out of you she sees herself more proper than any of her lineaments can show her. But mistress, know yourself, down on your knees and thank heaven, fasting for a good planned love. For I must tell you, friendly in your ear, sell when you can. You are not for all markets. God in mercy, let them take his offer. Foul is most foul, being foul to be a scoffer. So take her to the shepherd. Very good, I pray you.
Chide a year together. I would rather hear you chide than this man woo.
He's fallen in love with your foulness, and she'll fall in love with my anger. If it be so, as fast as she answers you with frowning looks, I'll sauce her with bitter words. Why look you so upon me? For no ill will I bear you. I pray you, do not fall in love with me. I am full of certain vows made in wine. Besides, I like you not. If you will know my house, 'tis at the tuft of olives here hard by. Here you go, sister. Shepherd, ply her hard. Come, sister. Shepherdess, look on him better, and be not proud. Though all the world could see, none could be so abused in sight to speak. Come, to our flock.
Dead shepherd, now I find myself my whoever loved that loved not at first sight.
Sweet Phoebe,
How what sayest thou, Sylvius?
sweet Phoebe, pity me.
Why, I am sorry for thee, gentle Sylvius.
Wherever sorrow is, relief would be. If you do sorrow at my grief and love, by giving love, your sorrow and my grief would both extend.
Thou hast my love, is that not neighborly?
I would have you.
Why, that were covetousness! Sylvius, the time was that I hated thee, and not that I bare thee love. But since thou canst talk of love so well, thy company, which irksome to me, I will endure, and employ thee too. But do not look for further recompense than thine own gladness that thou art employed.
So holy and so perfect is my love, and I in such a poverty of grace that I would think it a most plenteous crop to clean the broken ears after the man the main harvest reaps. Loose now, and then a scattered smile, and that I'll live upon.
Knowest thou the youth that spoke to me ere a while?
Not very well, but I have met him all, and he hath bought the cottage and the bounds that the old Carlot once was master of.
Think not I love him, though I ask for him, 'tis but a peevish boy. Yet he talks well. But what care I for words, yet
Words do well when he that speaks them pleases those that hear. Sure, he's proud, and yet his pride becomes him. He'll make a proper man. The best thing in him is his complexion. And faster than his tongue did make a fence, his eye did heal it up. He's not very tall, yet for his years he is tall. His leg is but so, and yet 'tis well. His pretty redness in his lip, little riper and more lusty red than mixed within his cheek. There's just the difference betwixt the constant red and the mingled damask. There'd be someone in Sylvius, had they marked him in parcels that I did, that would have gone to fall in love with him. Yet I love him not, nor hate him not. And yet I have more cause to hate him than to love him. For what had he to do to chide at me? He said mine eyes were black, and my hair black, and I remembered now scorned at me. I marvel now why I answered not again. That's all one. A mince is no quiz. I will write to him a very taunting letter, and thou shalt bear it. Wilt thou, Sylvia?
Phoebe, with all my heart.
I'll write it straight. The matter is in my head and in my heart. I'll be bitter with him in passing shortly. Go with me, Sylvia.
What are you? Let me be better acquainted with you. They say you are a melancholy fellow. I am so. I do love it better than laughing. Those that are in extremity of either are abominable fellows, and betray themselves to every modern censure worse than drunkards do. Why, it is good to be sad and say nothing. Why then, it is good to be a post. I have neither the scholar's melancholy, which is emulation, nor the musician's, which is fantastical, nor the courtiers, which is proud, nor the soldiers, which is politic, nor the ladies, which is nice, nor the lovers, which is all of these. But it is a melancholy of mine own, compounded of many simples, extracted of many objects, and indeed the sundry computation of my travels, in which my often rumination wraps me in the most humorous sadness.
A traveler! By my faith, you have great reason to be sad. I fear that you have sold your own lands to see other men's. Then, to have seen much and have nothing is to have rich eyes and poor hands.
Yes, I have gained my experience.
And your experience makes you sad. I had rather have a fool to make me merry than experience to make me sad. And to travel for it, too.
Good day and happiness, dear Rosalind.
Nay then, God buy you. And you, talk in blank verse.
Farewell, Monsieur Traveler. Look you list and wear strange suits. Dissemble all the benefits of your own country. Be out of love with your nativity, and almost chide God for making you that countenance you are, or I shall scarce think you have swam in a gondola. Why, how now, Orlando? Where have you been all this while? You a lover, and you serve me such another trick? Never come in my sight more.
My fair Rosalind, I come within an hour of my promise.
Freaking hours promise in love. He that will divide a minute into 1,000 parts and break but a part of 1,000th part of a minute in the affairs of love. It may be said of him that Cupid hath clapped him on the shoulder, but I warned him heart whole.
Pardon me, dear Rosalind.
Nay, and you be so tardy, come no more in my sight. I had as lief be wooed of a snail.
Of a snail?
I of a snail. For though he comes slowly, he carries his house on his head. I bet a Georgial I'll warrant that you make a woman. Besides, he brings his destiny with him.
What's that?
Why, horns, which such as you are likely holding in your wives for. But it comes armed in misfortunes and prevents the slander of his wife.
Virtue is no hornmaker, and my Rosalind is virtuous.
And I am your Rosalind.
It pleases him to call you so, but you're the Rosalind of a better lure than you.
Come, woo me, for now I'm in a holiday humor and like enough to consent. What would you say to me now, and I were your very, very Rosalind?
I would kiss before I spoke.
Nay, you'll best speak first. And when you're gravelled for lack of matter, you might take occasion to kiss. Very great orators, when they are at it, they will
And for lovers lacking, God warn us, matter, the cleanliest shift is the kiss.
Who could be out being before the beloved mistress?
Why, that to you, if I were your mistress. Or I should think my honesty ranker than my wit. What am I, Stuart? Not out of your apparel. And yet I was. And that I your Rosalind.
I take some joy to say that you are, because I would be talking of her.
Well, in her person, I say, I will not have it.
Then in my own person, I die.
No, Faith! Die by attorney! The poor world is nearly 6,000 years old, and in all this time, there was not any man died in his own person. Fidelicid in a love cause. Troilus had his brains dashed out with a Grecian club. Yet he did what he could to die before, and he is one of the patterns of love. Leander. He would have lived many a fair year, though Hero had turned none, if it had not been for a hot midsummer's night when, poor youth, he went before to wash in Hellespont, and being taken with the cramps, was drowned. And the foolish chroniclers of the age found it to be Hero obsestos. But these are all lies. Men have died from time to time, and worms have eaten them, but not for love.
I would not have my white Rosalind of this mind, for I protest her frown might kill me.
But his hand will not kill a fly. But come, I will be your Rosalind in a more coming on disposition. Ask me what you will, I will grant it.
Then love me, Rosalind.
Yes, Faith will I. Fridays and Saturdays and all.
And wilt thou have me?
I. And 20 such.
What sayest thou?
Are you not good?
I hope so.
Why then, can one desire too much of a good thing? Come, sister, you shall be the priest and marry us. Give me your hand, Orlando. What say you, sister?
Pray thee, marry us.
I cannot say the words. You must begin, will you, Orlando?
Will you, Orlando, have to wife this Rosalind?
I will.
But when?
Why now, as fast as she can marry us?
Then you must say, I take thee, Rosalind, for wife.
I take thee, Rosalind, for what?
I might ask you for your permission. But I do take thee, Orlando, for my husband. There a girl goes before the priest, and certainly a woman's thought runs before her actions.
So do all thoughts, they're winged.
Now tell me how long you will have her after you have possessed her.
Forever and
A day. Say a day, without the ever. No, Orlando. Men are April when they woo, December when they wed. Maids are May when they're maids. But the sky changes when they're wives. Oh, be more jealous over you than a Barbary cock pigeon over his hen, more clamorous than a parrot against rain, more giddy than a monkey, more newfangled in my size than an ape. I'll weep for nothing like Diana in the fountain, and that when you are inclined to be married. I'll laugh like a hyena, not when you are disposed to sleep.
what will my Rosalind do so?
And by my life she will do as I do.
Oh, but she is wise.
And she could not have wit to do this. The wiser of the wayward makes doors upon a woman's wit, and twill out at the casement, shut that, and twill out at the keyhole, stuff that, twill fly with smoke out of the chimney.
A man that had a wife with such a wit, he might say wit witherwoods.
Nay, you might keep that check for till you met your wife's wit, going to your neighbor's bed.
And what wit could but have to excuse that?
Mary, just say she came to see you then. She'll never take her without her answer, unless you take her without her tongue. Oh, that woman that cannot make her fault somehow her husband's occasion. Let her never nurse her child herself, or she will breed it like a fool.
For these 2 hours, Rosalind, I will leave thee.
Alas, dear love, I cannot back thee 2 hours.
I must attend the Duke at dinner. By 2 o'clock, I will be with thee again.
Go your ways, go your ways. I knew it would prove. My friend has told me as much, and I thought no less. That flattering tongue of yours was. Just one castaway. So, come down. 2 o'clock is your hour.
Aye, sweet Rosalind.
By my troth, and in good earnest, and so God lend me, and by all pretty oaths that are not dangerous, if you break one jot of your promise, or come 1 minute behind your hour, I will think you the most pathetic of break promise, and the most hollow lover, and the most unworthy of her you call Rosalind when may be chosen out of the rose band of the unfaithful. Therefore, beware my censure, and keep your promise.
With no less religion than if thou wert indeed my Rosalind, so adieu.
Time is the old justice that examines all such offenders. Let time try. Adieu. You have simply misused our sex in your luxury. Because you let us pluck over your head and show the world what the bird has done to our nest.
Oh, cuz, oh my pretty little cuz.
Thou didst know how many fathoms deep I am in love. But it cannot be sounded. My affection hath an unknown bottom, like the Bay of Portugal. Or rather bottomless, but as fast as you pour affection in, it runs out.
No, that saying wicked bastard of Venus that was begot of love, conceived of spleen, and born of madness, that blind, rascally boy that abuses everyone's eyes because his own are out.
Let him be judged how deep I am in love.
I tell thee, Alina, I cannot be out of the sight for him. I'll go find a shadow and sigh till he come.
Now sleep. He that killed the deer.
So did I.
Let's present him to the Duke like a Roman conqueror. And it would do well to set the deer's horns upon his head for a branch of victory. Have you no song, Forester, for this purpose?
Yes, sir.
Sing it. 'Tis no matter how it be in tune, so it make noise enough.
What shall he have that killed the deer? His leather skin and horns to wear.
Then sing him home. The rest shall bear this burden.
Da-da-da-da-da-da. Was a crusty that was born. Thy father's father wore it. Thy father bore it. The lusty horn. It's not a thing to laugh nor scorn.
He did not pass to his lot, and here much Orlando.
Works pure love and troubled brain, and Tina's bone arrow has gone forth to sleep. Look who comes here.
My errand is to you, fair youth. My gentle Phoebe bid me give you this. I know not the contents, but, as I guess, by the stern brow and waspish action, which she did use as she was writing of it, it bears an angry tenor. Pardon me, I am but as a guiltless messenger.
Patience herself would startle at this letter and play the swaggerer. Bear this, bear all. She says, I am not fair, that I lack manners. She calls me proud, and says she could not love me were man as rare as Phoenix. Odds my will, her love is not the hair that I do hunt. Why writes she so to me? Well, shepherd, well, this is a letter of your own device.
No, I protest. I know not the contents. Phoebe did write it.
Come, you are a fool, and turned into the extremity of love. I saw her hand. She has a leathern hand, a 3-stone colored hand. I verily did think that her old gloves were on. 'Twas her hand. She has a housewife's hand. 'Tis no matter. I say she never did invent this. This is a man's invention, and his hand,
Sure, it is hers.
why, 'tis a boisterous and a cruel style, a style for challengers. Why, she applies me like Turk to Christian. Woman's gentle brain could not drop forth such giant rude inventions, such Ethiop's words, blacker in their effect than in their countenance. Will you hear the letter?
So please you, for I never heard it yet heard too much of Phoebe's cruelty.
She feeds me. Mark how the tyrant writes. Art thou God to shepherd turned, that a maiden's heart hath burned? Can a woman rail thus?
Call you this railing?
Why thy Godhead laid apart, warrest thou with a woman's heart? Did you ever hear such railing? Whilst the eye of man did wound me, that could do no vengeance to me, meaning me a beast. If the scorn of your bright eye have power to raise such love in mine, alack in me, what strange effect would that work in mild aspect? Whilst you chid me, I did love. How then might your prayers move?
he that brings these lines to thee little knows this love in me. And by him seal up thy mind, whether that thy youth and kind will the faithful offer take of me, and all that I can make, or else by him my love deny, and then I'll study how to die.
Call you this chiding?
Alas, poor shepherd, will you pity him? No, he deserves no pity. Wilt thou laud such a woman, but to make thee an instrument and play false strains upon me, not to be endured? Go thy ways to her, for I see love hath made thee a tame snake. And say this to her, that if she love me, I charge her to love thee. If she will not, I will never have her, unless thou entreat for her. If you be a true lover, hence, and not a word, for here comes more company.
Good morrow, fair ones. Pray you, if you know when approach to this forest ends, a sheepcote fence about with olive trees.
West of this place, down the near bottom, the rank of osiers by the murmuring stream left on your right hand brings you to the place, but at this hour the house itself there's none within.
It's an eye to cover by a tongue. Should I know you by description? Such garments and such years. The boy is fair, of female figure, and bestows himself like a ripe sister. The woman low, and browner than her brother. Are not you the owner of the house that I inquire for?
It is no boast being asked to say we are.
Orlando doth commend him to you both, and to that youth he calls his Rosalind. He sends this bloody napkin. Are you he?
I am. What must we understand by this?
Some of my shame if you will know me, what man I am, and how and why, and where this handkerchief was seen.
I pray you tell it.
When last the young Orlando parted from you, he left a promise to return again, within an hour, and pacing through the forest, chewing this in bitter fancy. Lo, what befell. He threw the eye aside, and mark what object he presented itself. Under an oak, he bowed and mossed with age, and high-topped balls of dry antiquity, a wretched, ragged man, overgrown with hair, lay sleeping on his back. About his neck, a gleaming gilded snake hath wreathed itself. Who with their head, nimble and threats, approached the opening of his mouth. But suddenly, seeing Orlando, they unhooked himself, and in hidden glide they slip away, into a bush, under which bush's shade, a lioness, with udders all drawn dry, lay couching, head on ground, and cat-like watch. Why not the sleeping man should stir? For 'tis the world's position of that beast, to prey on nothing that ought seem as dead. This scene, Orlando did approach the man, and found it was his brother, his elder brother.
Oh, I have heard speak of that same brother, and he did render him the most unnatural of amongst men.
And well he might so do, for well I know he was unnatural.
But to Orlando, did he leave him there, full to the sucked and hungry lioness?
Twice did he purpose back, and purpose so, but kindness nobler ever than revenge, and nature stronger than his just occasion, made him give battle to the lioness, who quickly fell before him, in which medieval slumber I awaked.
Are you his brother?
Was you he rescued?
Was you that so often tried to kill him?
Was I, but see not I. I was not ashamed to tell you what I was, since my conversion so sweetly tastes anything I am.
What's in the bloody napkin?
By and by. When from first to last I beseeched, tears are my countenance, and most kindly bathed. And how I came unto the desert place. In brief, he led me to the gentle Duke, who gave me fresh array and entertainment.
Committing me?
Committing me into my brother's love, who led me instantly into my castle. There stripped himself, and here, upon his arm, the lioness tore some flesh away, which all this while had bled. And now he fainted, and cried in fainting upon Rosalind. Brief, I recovered him, bound up his wound, and after some small space, being strong at heart, he sent me hither, stranger as I am, to tell this story, that you might excuse his broken promise, and to get this bloody napkin, that in his blood, and to the shepherd youth that he doth call his Rosalind. Let me go soon when you look on blood.
Isn't Ganymede?
Look, he recovers.
When I went home.
Will you take him by the arm?
You a man, you lack a man's heart.
I do so. I confess it. Ah, Sarah, a body would think this was well counterfeited. I pray you, tell your brother how well I counterfeited.
This was no counterfeit. There's too good testimony in your complexion that it was a passion of earnest.
Counterfeit, I assure you.
Well then, take good heart, and counterfeit to your man.
So I do. But yet, faith, I should have been a woman by right. Come, you look paler and paler. Pray you draw homewards. Good sir, go with us.
That will I, for I must bear answer back. How you excuse my brother, Rosalind?
I will devise something. I pray, commend my counterfeiting to him. Will you go?
Audrey, patience, gentle Audrey.
Please give it up for all the old gentlemen sang.
Most wicked Sir Oliver Audrey, a most vile Martext. Audrey, there's a youth here in the forest lays claim to you.
Aye, I know it is. He hath no interest in me in the world. Here comes the man you mean.
It is meat and drink to me to see a clown. We that have good wits have much to answer for. We shall be flouting, we cannot hold.
Good evening, Audrey.
Good evening, William.
And good evening to you, sir.
Good even, gentle friend. Cover thy head in it. Prithee, be covered. How old are you, friend?
5 and 20, sir.
A ripe age. Is thy name William?
Well, I am, sir.
A fair name. Was born in the forest here?
Aye, sir. I thank God.
Thank God. A good answer. Art rich?
Faith, sir. So.
So is very good, very excellent. And yet, is not, but so. Art thou wise?
No, sir.
I do now remember a saying. Fool doth think he is wise, but the wise man knows himself to be a fool. The heathen philosopher, when he had a desire to eat a grape, would open his lips and put it into his mouth, thereby meaning that grapes remain to eat, lips to open. You do love this maid?
I do, sir.
Give me your hand, art learned.
No, sir.
And then learn this of me. To have is to have, for it is a figure in rhetoric that a drink being poured out of a cup into a glass by filling one doth empty the other. And all your writers do consent that Ipsy is he. Now you are not Ipsy, for I am he.
Which he, sir?
Ye, sir. I must marry this woman. Therefore, you clown, abandon, which is the vulgar, leave the society, which is the boorish company of this female, which is in the common name. Or together, abandon the society of this female, or clown thou perishest, or to it diest. I kill thee, make thee away, translate thy life into death, thy liberty into bondage. I will deal with thee in poison, or in bastinado, or in seal. I will band thee with thee in faction. I will run thee with policy. Therefore, tremble and depart.
Do, good William.
God rest Mary, sir.
Trip, Audrey. I attend.
Is it possible that on so little acquaintance you should like her? Then but seeing you should love her, and loving woo, and wooing she should grant, and will you persever to enjoy her?
Neither call the giddiness in question. The poverty of her, the small acquaintance, my sudden moving no her semi-contented. But say with me, I love Aliena. Say with her that she loves me. Consent with both, that we may enjoy each other. It shall be to your good. For my father's house, and all the revenue of the old Sir Roland's, will I stay upon you. And here, live and die a shepherd.
You have my consent. Let your wedding be tomorrow. Thither will I invite the Duke and all his pretended followers. Go you and prepare Aliena. Look you, here comes my Rosalind.
God save you, brother.
And you, fair Caesar.
Oh, my dear Orlando, how it grieves me to see you wear your heart in a scarf.
It is my arm.
I thought your heart had been wounded with the claws of a lion.
Wounded it is, but with the eyes of a lady.
Did your brother tell you how I counterfeited a swoon when he showed me your napkin?
Aye, and greater wonders than that.
Nay, I know where you are. 'Tis true. There was never so sudden a thing as the fight of two rams, or Caesar's personical brag of I came, saw, and overcame. For your brother and my sister no sooner met but they looked, no sooner looked but they loved, no sooner loved but they sighed, no sooner sighed but they asked one another the reason. And In these degrees they have made a pair of stairs to marriage, which they will climb incontinent or else be incontinent before marriage. They are in the very wrath of love now, and will together. Loves cannot part them.
Their wedding shall be tomorrow, and I will bid the Duke the nuptial. But oh, how bitter a thing it is to look into happiness through another man's eyes. By so much more shall I be at the height of heart heaviness. By how much I shall think my brother happy in having what he wishes for.
Why then, tomorrow I cannot serve your turn for Rosalind.
I can live no longer by thinking.
I will wear you no longer than with idle talking. Know me then, for now I speak to some purpose that I know you are a gentleman of good conceit. I speak not just that you should have a good opinion of my knowledge in so much. I say I know you are. Neither do I labor for a greater esteem than may in some little honor draw itself from you, to do yourself grace and not to do good to me. I believe then, if you please, that I can do strange things. I have, since I was 3-year-old, conversed with the magician, most profound in his art, and yet not damnable. If you do love Rosalind so near the heart as your jester cries it out, when your brother marries Aliena, shall you marry her? I know into what straits of fortune she is driven, and it is not impossible to me, if it appear not inconvenient to you, to set her before your eyes tomorrow, human as she is, and without any danger.
Thinkest thou in sober meanings?
All my life I do, which I do tender dearly, though I say I am a magician. Therefore, if you will be married tomorrow, you shall, and to Rosalind, if you will. Look, here comes a lover of mine and a lover of hers. You have done me much of gentlemen to show the letter I wrote to you. I care not if I have. It is my study to seem despiteful and ungentle to you. You are that followed by a faithful shepherd. Look upon him, love him, he worships you. Good shepherd, show us you which is love.
It is we all made of sighs and tears, and so am I for Phoebe,
And I for Ganymede,
And I for Rosalind.
and I for no woman.
it is we all made of faith and service, and so am I for Phoebe,
And I for Ganymede,
And I for Rosalind.
and I for no woman.
it is we all made of fantasy, all made of passion, and all made of wishes, all adoration, duty, and observance, all humbleness, all patience and impatience, all purity, all trial, all obedience, and so am I for Phoebe.
So am I for Ganymede,
And I for Rosalind.
and I for no woman. If this be so, I bring me to love you.
If this be so, I blame me to love you.
If this be so, I bring me to love you. To whom do you speak? Why blame you me to love you?
To her that is not here nor doth not hear.
I pray thee, no more of this. 'Tis like the howling of Irish wolves against the moon. I will help you if I can. I would love you if I could. Tomorrow, meet me all together. I will marry you if ever I marry a woman, and I'll be married tomorrow. I will satisfy you, as ever I satisfied man, and you shall be married tomorrow. I will content you if what pleases you contents you, and you shall be married tomorrow. As you love Rosalind me, as you love Phoebe me, and as I love no woman, I'll meet. Now fare you well, I've left you commands.
I'll not fail if I live.
Nor I.
Nor I.
Tomorrow is the joyful day, Audrey. Tomorrow we will be married.
I desire with all my heart. I hope his Duke son's desire to be a woman of the world. Pick up two of the banished Duke's pages.
Well met, honest gentlemen.
By my troth, well met. Come sit. Song.
We are for you. Sit it in the middle.
Shall we clap into it roundly without hawking or spitting or saying that we are hawks, which are the only prologues to a bad voice?
Sitting. Both in a tune like Chicky on a horse.
Was a lover and his lass, with a hey and a ho, and a hey nonny no, that o'er the green cornfields they
and did he? The note was very untunable.
We kept time, we lost not our time.
By my troth, yes, I count time lost to hear such a foolish song. God be with you. God mend your voices. Come
Dost thou believe, Orlando, was to all this he hath promised? I sometimes do believe and sometimes do not, as those that fear to hope and know to fear.
Patience once more whilst our compact is searched. You say, if I bring in your Rosalind, you will bestow him on Orlando here.
That would I, had I kingdom to give her.
You say, you will have him when I bring him.
That would I, for I have all kingdoms king.
You say you'll marry me if I be willing. That will I should have died the hour after. But if you do refuse to marry me, you will give yourself to this most faithful shepherd.
So is the bargain.
You say that you will have Phoebe if she will.
Though to have her in death were both one thing.
I have promised to make all this matter. Keep you your word to get the ball. You yours, Orlando, to receive his offer. Keep your word, Phoebe, that you'll marry me, or else refusing me to wed this shepherd. Keep your word, Sylvius, that you'll marry Phoebe if she refuses. From hence I go, to make these doubts all even.
I do remember this shepherd boy, so blithely touches of my daughter's favor. My lord, first time that I ever saw him, he thought he was a brother to your daughter. Not my good lord. This boy is forest-born and has been tutored the rudiments of many desperate studies by his uncle, who he reports to be a great magician, obscured in the circles of this forest.
There is sure another flood tour, and all these couples are coming to the ark. Here give a pair of very strange beasts, which in all tongues are called fools.
Salutation and greeting to you all.
Good my lord, do him not. This is the minded gentleman that I have so often met in the forest. He hath been a courtier, he swears.
If any man doubt that, let him put me to my purgation. I have trod a measure, I have flattered a lady, I have been politic with my friend, smooth with mine enemy. I have undone 3 tailors, I have had 4 quarrels, like to have fought one.
And how was that, Tina?
Faith, sir, we met, and we found the quarrel was upon the 7th cause.
How 7 cause? Good my lord, like this fellow.
I like him very well.
God ill ye, sir, and I desire you of the like. I press in here amongst the rest of the country copulatives, swear and forswear according as marriage binds and blood breaks. Poor virgin, sir, and ill-favored thing, but mine own. Poor humor of mine, sir, to take that no man else will. Rich honesty, sir, dwells like a miser in a poor house, like your pearl in your foul oyster.
But my faith is very swift as adventures.
According to the fool's bolt, sir, and such dulcet diseases.
But, for the 7th cause, how did you find the quarrel upon the 7th cause?
Upon a lie 7 times removed. Bear your body more seeming, Andre. Faith, sir, I did dislike the certain cut of a courtier's beard. He sent me word. If I said it was not well cut, he was in the mind that it was. This is called the retort courteous. If I sent him word his beard was not well cut, he would send me word, cut it to please himself. This is called the quip modest. If again it was not well cut, he would disable my judgment. This is called the reply churlish. If again it was not well cut, he would say I spake not true. This is called the reprove valiant. If again it was not well cut, he would say I lie. This is called the countercheck quarrelsome. And so to the lie circumstantial and the lie direct.
And how oft did you say his beard is not well cut?
Faith, sir, I durst go no further than the lie circumstantial, nor he durst not give me the lie direct, so in measured swords and pardon.
Can you nominate in order now the degrees of the lie?
Oh, sir, we quarrel and print by the books, because you have books for good manners, only need the degrees. First, the retort courteous. Second, the quip modest. Third, the reproof valiant. The reply churlish. Fourth, the reproof valiant. Fifth, the countercheck quarrelsome. Sixth, the lie with circumstance. And seventh, the lie direct. You may avoid all of these, but the lie direct, and you may avoid that too, but with an F. I knew when 7 justices could not take up a quarrel, and the parties were met themselves. One thought but an F, as you said so, and I said so. So they shook hands and swore brothers. There's much virtue in your If. Your If is your only peacemaker.
Is this not a rare fellow, my lord? He's as good at anything, and yet a fool.
He used his fall like a stocking horse. Out of the presentation of that, he shoots his left. Then it's her mirth in heaven with earthly things made evenly come together. Good Duke, receive thy daughter. Hymen from heaven brought her. Yea, brought her hither, that thou mightst fill your hand with his, whose heart within his bosom is. To you I give myself, for I am yours. To you I give myself, for I am yours. If there be truth in sight, you are my daughter. If there be truth in sight, you are my Rosalind.
Sight and shape be true. Where then my love adieu?
I'll have no father if you be not he. I'll have no husband if you be not he. Nor narrow-head woman if you be not she. These foul of our confusion, this I must make conclusion of these most strange events. Here's 8 that must take hands to join in Hymen's bands, if truth holds true content. You and you, no cross shall part. You and you are heart and heart. You to his love must accord, or have a woman to your lord. You and you are sure together as the winter to the foul weather. While the wedlock hymn we sing, feed yourselves with questioning, that reason wonder may diminish, how thus we met and these things finish. Wedding is great Juno's crown, of blessed bond is born in bed. 'Tis Hymen peoples every town, high wedlock then be honor read. Honor, high honor and renown, to Hymen, god of every town. Oh my dear niece, welcome thou art to me. Even thou welcome, and no less agreed.
I will not eat my word. Thou art mine. Thy faith, my fancy to thee thus combined.
I am the second son of old Sir Roland that will bring these tidings to his fair son. Frederick, hearing how that every day men of great worth resorted to this forest, addressed a mighty power which were on foot in his own conduct to purposely take his brother here and put him to the sword. Into the skirts of this wild wood he came. After some meeting with an old religious man, after some question with him, was converted both from his enterprise and from the world. Found agreed to his his brothers, that all their land restored to them again, that were with him exiled. This to be true, I do engage my life.
Welcome, young man. Thou offers fair to thy brother's wedding. To one his lands withheld, and to the other, a land itself at large, a potent different. First, in this forest, let us do these ends, that were well begun and well begot. And after every of this happy number, that have endured many shrewd days and nights withal, shall share the good of our return fortune, according to the measure of their states. In meantime, forget this newfound dignity, and fall into a rustic revelry. Play music, and you, bride and bridegrooms all, with measures easy and measure tall.
Sir, by your patience, if I heard you rightly, the Duke hath quit on the religious life and thrown into neglect the pompous court.
Yeah.
To him will I. Out of these convertites there is much matter to be heard and learned. You, to your former honor, I do plead. Your patience and your virtue well deserved. You, to a love that your true faith doth merit, you to your land and love and great allies. You to a long and well-deserved bed. And you to wrangling, for thy loving voyage is but for 2 months victuals. So, to your pleasures. I am for other than for dancing measures.
Stay, Jinx!
to see no pastime, I. What you would have, I'll stay to know at your band.
Proceed, proceed. We will begin these rites, as you trust will end in true delights.
When I make curtsy, bid me farewell.